Just videoing trains.
You're Mike, right?
Yeah.
That's what I thought. I'm Ken.
Yeah. I recognized you.
I figured this was coming because I was over in Cass Junction and the track inspection guy's sitting there in his truck waiting for it to go by.
I just heard somebody get a warrant.
It's probably him. He does that about every Sunday.
Takes us a few minutes to get by here.
12 miles an hour, yep.
Almost 600 axles on this train.
46, how many you bringing down?
Oh, your scanner?
Yep.
What thing is it?
Okay.
It's a Radio Shack. Do we even have Radio Shacks anymore?
Well, there's one up in Pocatello.
I seen that one. I was up there one time. Took a picture of it. Yeah. Older center beam.
You haven't heard if there's one coming out of the north, have you?
I haven't heard. That's what I wondered if that's why these guys weren't in such a hurry today. But if you say there's a track inspector, that's probably who was getting the warrant.
Yeah.
I was thinking it was maybe a
56 over
train.
there by the crossing there in Cass Junction. Sits in his truck and waits for the train to go by, and then he follows up north. there and I see him already on the track, I know I'm too late. On the back here, that's 150 cars. How long is that?
That's pretty long. It was like 598, I think.
Mile and a quarter.
So 18 axles for the locomotives and the rest for the freight cars. No articulated cars in this train. My calculator's busy taking video right now. I'm pretty sure they didn't count those axles. Did you catch that grain train yesterday?
I didn't, no.
That had 163 cars.
Going south?
Yeah.
I don't know where it was headed.
I was up to Pocatello for a car show, and then I drove over by the train yard and I seen a grain train coming through the yard. I didn't think nothing of it, and the next thing I know, it's passing me at McCammon. I got up to McCammon and the OGPD was just coming off. So I shopped them at McCammon. I thought, well, I'll just hang out here for a little bit and see if another train comes along. When I seen the grain train coming, I went over by the Pocatello sub and it come up the Ogden sub. And I was on the wrong side. And I waited, and I waited, and I waited, and I waited some more.
And an MP hopper got some noise to it.
Yeah. That train was moving about 60 miles an hour.
The grain train?
Yeah. Out there on the straightaways. I had a hard time getting in front of them. It was almost down to me before I got in front of them enough that I could stop and get a video. Well, then I just hit the freeway and came around and caught them over there by my place at Callsport Road.
So that was ahead of that Portland to Ogden train then, wasn't it? Yesterday.
The P-Dog was ahead of them.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
That was one that was sitting there north of Brigham City when I was over there, so I don't know what happened to the other two.
The grain train was still coming. When I was coming over yonder on the freeway, I could hear the P-Dog and the 48 talking to the dispatcher in Ogden. He was telling them what tracks to go up. So they were already in Ogden.
Yeah, me and Gayan came out of Walmart and I could hear a whistle of a horn back down the tracks away, and I said, there's a train coming, so I went over the yard and pulled up there by the new bridge. Sure enough, here it wasn't, and then it pulled off the main and onto the siding, pulled up past there and then backed up and backed up again.
Well, you got two locals that work the yard. The 48 comes out of Ogden, brings cars up, drops them off, picks up more cars and takes them back. The 46 just works the Brigham yard and out the Malad branch and around. But today the 46 is taking the cars to Ogden because the 48 doesn't run. And then the 41, that's the Cass Valley local.
Goes right by my place over there on Wednesdays, going north. I wonder when they're going to get that spur or siding put in there at Pepperidge Farm.
They gonna put one in there?
Yeah, they built that big new flour milling place right there on the north side of Pepperidge Farm. I've had very good sources tell me that it's in their plan to have a rail spur put in there to bring the wheat in. Grain.
I haven't been out that way very much. I usually just go up the Ogden Sub.
Well, you can't miss it. It's just on the north side there of Pepperidge Farm.